Hey, it's Yash, and before we get into the specifics of the HG Insights integration, I first want to share a story about an anonymous company that we can't name in this video, but I promise it's a company you know very well, that had their entire enrichment and targeting process transformed by the HG Insights integration. So, without further ado, let's dive in. The challenge that, let's call it Acme, was facing is that they needed to enrich more than 1,800 Fortune 2000 accounts with advanced technographic information. Beyond that, they also ran into the problem of having really complex corporate family substructures that were starting to obfuscate the nature of where they should actually target their efforts in order to go sell to these companies. It was possible for a single company to literally have dozens of subsidiaries, and we'll get into an example in just a second. So first, think about what the corporate hierarchy intelligence workflow needs to look like. Step number one, no matter what provider or methodology you're using, you need to identify parent companies. You have to understand who exists at the very top of the corporate structure for all the target accounts you might be going after. Then number two is mapping all of the subsidiaries. And the more complex your organizations get, the more layers there are to this tree. And the more nodes you have at each layer that create really complex interdependencies between parents and child in these corporate hierarchies. And then finally, you need to take the parent and the child information to actually determine what your real buying opportunities are. So for example, maybe you want to focus on LinkedIn and GitHub instead of all 115 Microsoft entities. With HG Insights, we were able to help Acme double their enrichment coverage and accuracy from 40% up to 80%. And here's exactly what went on behind the scenes for that. Number one, they were able to get very specific tech stack information. What types of AI models are they using? What type of CRM are they using? Which version of HubSpot are they using? What are the renewal dates? What are the spend dates? And that helped them better target their entire list. The other big thing is that they were able to use this advanced technographic information as an intent signal. When you can look at adoption of new tools and recency of those tools, you can flag what types of accounts are more likely to invest in innovative technology, what's going to have a shorter deal cycle, what should you go hunting after first. And then you're able to also identify ineffective users of different tools. Because if you can look at a company, look at their postings, look at the tech stack that they have adopted, and identify from other indicators of how you think someone should be using those technologies, that they're not using it up to full par, you can then further qualify or disqualify how you want to go after those companies based on the type of buyer persona that you're looking for. And in this case, we were looking for relatively tech-savvy buyers to go after. And then last but certainly not least, we were able to actually maintain consistency with the system across the entire enrichment criteria. We ran 8,500 weekly total enrichments across the entire sales team with all of these target accounts and maintained the ability to notice the discrepancies between the tech stacks of each of these accounts. Now, with all this HG Insights data, we got to a whole different level of understanding about these prospects, who they are, what they cared about, and who was ready for the solution that Acme was providing. Beyond that, another big thing that we don't talk a lot about with HG Insights that we are going to cover in more depth in this course is the parent-child hierarchy mapping. It's really important to know which of the companies you're going after are interdependent or interconnected in ways where it will affect your selling process. Knowing that you are going after LinkedIn and GitHub and knowing that they both ultimately tie back to Microsoft is an important detail for your sales team to know if you want to effectively not just close those deals, but plan yourself for true expansion within the broader parent structure. And then last but not least, all of this information just helps us get better at how we spend our time. It gives us greater efficiency in how we target. It gives us greater prioritization in the people we choose to go after with confidence. And that's everything we've got for this quick little case study on what makes HG Insights so powerful. Coming up, we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. We're going to dive through how you can use this integration to actually boil your way down to the granular levels of technology being used at the companies you seek to sell to. We're also going to talk about this parent-child structure relationship and how you can use HG Insights to make sure you fully understand the people you seek to sell to. We'll talk about how to take all that data and then better target the people you want to go after, and then we'll make sure we tailor it. to the personalized workflows you want to build and run. So don't go too far. Stay tuned.